People always said I looked like him, James Potter. Same face, same hair, same arrogance, at least according to you. Because every time you looked at me, you looked angry before I even spoke. You walked through Hogwarts exactly like he did. No, that's what you decided before you knew me. You called me arrogant, spoiled, attention-seeking. I was 11 years old, famous for something that murdered my parents. And the first thing you ever taught me was that adults could hate children too. And the first thing you taught me was how little time had passed, because every hallway, every classroom, every reckless answer, every impossible rescue reminded me of people I had buried. You hated my father for humiliating children and spent years doing the same thing to me. I hated your father for reminding me how powerless I had been, and I paid for it. Yes, you did. Let's talk about our clumsy. You dragged me into a room alone and tore through my head. The cupboard, Cedric, my aunt screaming, every nightmare, every humiliation. You saw all of it, and still you sneered. You were undisciplined. I was 15. Yes, you were. Then I saw your memory, just one. My father humiliating you by the lake. And do you know what happened? I hated him for it. I defended you to Sirius, to Remus, because unlike you, I knew what humiliation looked like. I looked at my father bullying someone powerless, and it made me sick. But you looked at me, a lonely, abused child, and still saw your bully. Because pain does not disappear when it is understood. It simply changes shape. And I spent too many years mistaking old wounds for present dangers. You saw yourself in me and punished me for surviving differently. You saw your loneliness, your anger, your childhood, and every time I reminded you of it, you struck first. And every time I looked at you, I saw something worse. Someone who had endured everything I endured, and somehow had not become me. Do you understand how frightening that was? You know what? No, I don't. Then let me explain. Because every cruel thing I became was built from reasons, good reasons, painful reasons, understandable reasons. And then you arrived, a boy with scars, abuse, grief, anger, loneliness, and somehow you still chose people. You think you're the only person who grew up angry. I know rage too. Loneliness, fear, humiliation. The difference between us was never James Potter. It was that every time life hurt me, I kept searching for people, and every time life hurt you, you stopped. Yes, I did. Because eventually, I convinced myself that needing people was weakness, and weakness had already cost me wasted many of them. We were both lonely boys, both angry, both wounded, both taught to hide the damage. One became bitter, one became defiant. Both kept bleeding and rose. No one entered. We mistook pain for identity. We mistook grief for truth. We mistook ghosts for each other. When I looked at you, I saw cruelty. When I looked at you, I saw history. Neither was the whole truth. No, neither was. You were more than your worst memory. And you were never